It's a 5-inch screen, that's a nice size screen. And then of course you put the red, nothing posh. You got a CarPlay system, you're not going to use your phone for 70 quid. Hello YouTube people and people of YouTube. I'm out today and it's just started raining, but what the hell, to try out a new unit that's been sent to me by Aoocci. Now I did a few months ago a review for the Aoocci, and I used to say Aoocci but they corrected me on that.
Aoocci.
C6 Pro. Now I love that unit so much that it's remained on the bike. I think value for money wise, yeah, it's up there. It's almost up with the kind of Chigis and the Inovs. So when Aoocci sent me the C3, just the CarPlay unit on its own, no cameras, and it's pretty cheap compared to some of those other units. Is it going to be worth it? Is it too cheap? Well, let's get it unboxed. Let's fit it to the bike, and then of course we've got to get it out on the road. Let's compare it also to some of the more expensive units, things like the Inov, the Chigi, and other, I would say, more premium units that can cost up to 3 times as much. So, right, unboxing. See you in a bit. So let's do everybody's favourite bit. Well, it is mine anyway, the unboxing. This is not the C3 Pro which is coming out, remember that. This is the C3 Plus. I'm not quite sure what bracket they've sent me. So, it's a 5-inch screen, that's a nice size screen. I always find the 6-inch on some bikes too much, whereas this is not a bad size. Of course, this is only a CarPlay system, which is what we want. And here's our box. What we got in here? Got our tyre pressure sensors. They are good. We have a bunch of bits. I also remember the C6 Pro being a little bit fiddly. This is lots and lots of little bits. We'll look at those in a second. Well, it is always nice when they include tools, isn't it? I do like that. The power cable. Let's have a look. Does it have for the switched ignition, the ACC? No, so we need to work out what to do with that if there is no USB. Power connection, smart screen's power red is ACC 12 volt. Must be connected to your motorcycle's ACC. Okay, so the red goes there. We don't put a red on the battery. Excellent. Oh, we could also have a look to see if here, what's under here? Here. Why am I saying it like that? Here. Luckily, I don't have to go and get a little screwdriver because it comes with one. That's where we put our card. Right, so I've been looking at the mount, so it seems to be like this. And of course in here go these various sizes. And then you have this as such with these 4 here. And then you have this that goes on there. So in you go like that. And then of course you will go there. So I need 2, lots of different sizes, but luckily they do come with their little Allen keys. Okay. And then you will go on like that. Okay, got to see how I'm going to make this work because I want to fit this to the fire blade, but this is a little bit high. I think I might eventually go for a kind of quad locky thing like I built for the C6 Pro on that, but this will be good enough for testing. So I didn't want to bore everybody too much, so I did fit the clamp. As you can see, I used the thicker of those inner spacer things. I've got some protection on there, forget that. And that is fitted into place here, which I think to be a good position. So we'll get the unit on now. We'll just check it's in a good position before we start running any cables or wires. Okay, so here's the unit, the 4 Allen keys on the back. So I bet I can't do this without dropping at least one. I was worried that this clamp wouldn't work because of the clip-ons and the size of that bar, but luckily, like I said, those spacers are pretty good actually. They go quite small. Right, so sitting on the bike, it's a great position, but I would say a little bit more like this. Clock is completely clear. I'd say there is good, then I'll make the final, final tightenness of those bolts there. Like I said, forget that there. Right, what I'm doing now is I'm just lifting this cover in, so I'm going to run the cable through here. I'm going to run it through under here, no need to lift the tank. That's a lot of flaffage for nothing. But we want it nice and neat. So I think, yes, we'll come down here. So cabling wise, I am using the Heeltech Thunderbox, which avoids the need to splice into a live ignition. Basically, this is a little computer that goes directly off of there. There's a link actually to a little review I did of that. Otherwise, I would go into this live ignition I have here. What I've done at the moment is I've literally put the red positive into the positive of the Heeltech and the negative there. If not, that would go to the live ignition and that would go to the negative. There is no third ACC wire for this, so you would never attach that to the positive. Cool. And then run straight through up to the unit. Nicely cable tied in. Right, all wired up, and the sun comes out, so it's reflected on the screen. Well, it's a good test to see, I suppose. One, if it works. Two, obviously in a real life sunny situation. So let's, a moment of truth. Let's turn it on. Now there is a very slight delay because of the Heeltech Thunderbox system. Oh, no, here we go. And there we go. Fantastic. It works. And then of course, turn off the ignition. As I said, there is a slight delay because of the Thunderbox, but it ain't much at all. And we're off. I suppose next we're going to get our phone paired to it and then fit the tyre pressure sensors. Now obviously the sun has come out, so perfect. So you've got a nice reflection of the sun, but let's just call it a real life test. Now we're going to pair. So I'm going to turn on the unit. Okay, I'm going to hit CarPlay and I'm going to be looking for C3 plus 22.1 blah 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 in my Bluetooth, and we have it here. Going to pair, allow. Actually, just want to check any lag. Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. We've got a little home button. Excellent. And actually, the sun is really quite bright now, and yet I can see that very, very clearly. I hope the camera picks up that as well. Like I said, real life test. All right, tyre pressure sensors. So we are going to set first of all into PSI, and we'll keep the temperature unit as Celsius. What we got here? Alarm low 29. Let's go. Yeah, let's go to 44 for high just for now. And the front and back. So here are the sensors. Now it says that A is front. Oh, by the way, they come with their little locking nuts. Oh, in match. Okay. 32 front. Tyre pressure test binding. Correct. 41 PSI. Right. Like I said, the glare, we just say it's real life, isn't it? Not studio. Right, test ride. Got myself some petrol. Rear wheel 44. Right, what we'll do then. Go into settings. We'll bring it up a little bit. Okie dokie. Right, so test ride time, as I said, before I got distracted by that. And let's see what this unit's all about. But what I wanted to talk about, actually, quickly, I get a lot of comments about... about what is the point in CarPlay. What's wrong with your phone? I'm going to tell you straight away. There's nothing wrong with your phone, except that if you're like my mate and it flies off or you lose it and it costs nearly £1,000, well then that's already a reason to own a much cheaper CarPlay. Another reason that I am a bit of a fanboy of CarPlay is also the durability, as in IP67, fully waterproof, -20 and kind of desert-like temperatures which the phone won't handle. And I have had many times when my phone's overheated or when it's been raining and I've had the cable plugged in, water's got in and it's given me all kinds of strange messages. Look at that, so quick, isn't it? Another reason why CarPlay is a great piece of kit is, of course, the user experience. When you're thinking about a very app-heavy phone, lots of small icons, whereas, of course, the Apple CarPlay system, or Android Auto, is kind of tailored to the apps you want in a much kind of easier to navigate, especially whilst on the move, way. And, of course, as you know, the Apple CarPlay, or I'm sure Android Auto is the same, you can choose how you want your apps and which apps there. Now this particular unit, I'm just looking at that, there's a very slight delay, let's just say, but nothing too much when moving, about the same as the other units. I think there's only one unit I've found so far that's faster than that, that's the Innov N2. But that is a much more expensive unit. That's over, just for the CarPlay bit alone, that's over £120 on top of that. Okay, well, let's just talk about this particular unit in itself and how the unit actually interacts with your phone and of course, your headset. Now, your headset is permanently connected and talks to your phone, but then your phone sends the instructions there. So, for example, hey Siri, call Cartier with WhatsApp. Ciao bimba, un altro piccolo test. Tutto posto? Okay, there you go. That was really, really easy. On the WhatsApp there. And map wise, I think at 5-inch, I mean, you know, it's absolutely fine. I mean, we could say that you know, a 6-inch screen, let's say you've got a 5-inch TFT, I think it looks a bit over the top, it's not quite symmetrical, it doesn't look right. 5-inch is absolutely enough. Misses. The positioning of this unit, as you can see on camera, you're not getting it all the time when I'm looking ahead, whereas when I look down with my eyes I can see it. So there is a bit of kind of that. It could be a little bit further forward, but that is not the unit's fault, that's how I mounted it. But where else are you going to mount it on this? So it's absolutely fine for me. Other people have them mounted up high, but if I was to put this, I can't put it down there. If I was to put it on my mirror, it would just look freaking stupid, wouldn't it? It's okay on the big old adventure bikes, isn't it, when they have like all this freaking technology up the top, and they can have a massive 7-inch one of these up the top there. But anyway, so far we've seen that the unit is as responsive as anything, as a more expensive unit, to the point where I can't believe this is £70. That's not the cheapest one to come across, and it's Aoocci. It's like one of the good brands. You know, one of the kind of, when people talk about CarPlay, they talk about, you know, Chigi, Innov, Aoocci, and it's £70. You've got a CarPlay system, you're not going to use your phone for £70. Yes, it doesn't do everything. You haven't got your coordinates on here, but you've got your basic info, the stuff you need. That little home button's a bit of a pain, but they are on all of them. You know, I've got everything I need here. I've got my temperatures, tire pressures, and you know, what else do I need? So would I recommend this or spending more money? But of course, if you've got more to spend, then yeah, of course, the others have got a few more bits and pieces, more options. But you want a basic CarPlay system so you can keep your phone in your pocket and keep it safe and not have to sod around for £70. You seriously can't go wrong with this. I'm not paid to say that, by the way. I've got the unit for free, but I've not been paid for this review. I mean, when it comes to the speed of the use, it's like the C6 Pro, which is one of my favourite units. You know, check out the review. That unit I love so much. It went on the bike, and it's staying on the bike. and it has stayed on the bike for months with no problems whatsoever. The C6 Pro is a little bit posher and it's got cameras, but the user experience is just as good. And I absolutely love the C6 Pro. And check out that review as well if you want something with cameras. There is one little problem I had. I had to update the firmware and I couldn't, because the firmware on their website, you can't do it with Mac, and I don't have a PC. However, you know, I sent them an email and they sent me an SD card with the firmware on it. I had to wait about a week, but it's in the post. And rock and roll, Bob's your uncle. It's, you know, it's got the latest firmware. All units are now shipped out with the latest firmware, but if you got one that was maybe sitting there in I don't know, on a shelf somewhere for a while, and when you try to pair the tyre pressure sensors, it starts going a bit haywire, like green Aoocci boot up screen and then nothing and then back. That's the firmware update. You know, it hasn't got the speedometer on here. It hasn't got anything. It's just a simple and basic CarPlay. And it's crystal clear, nice crisp image. It's bright enough, and we saw when we were testing earlier when it was sunny that even with direct sunlight you could see it quite easily. Why don't we have a look at the menu? So it really is quick, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to settings, and what have we got here? The auxiliary button, that's a little round light thingy-majig there, you know, that you can move across. A screensaver, do we want it on after a minute? No, let's leave that off. There's obviously our tyre pressure stuff, so you can turn it on or off from that, and that's of course for your settings, your language, clear connection history. I presume that is to make it go beep, yes or no? Disconnect or reconnect. Let's just leave it on. And then what else we got? Okay, factory and firmware. Very simple, very easy. Nothing posh, nothing, you know, out of this world. But there we go. Cool. And I think on the way home, we'll listen to some music. So yeah, it's a big thumbs up from me. Links and a discount code in the description below. Let me know what you think if you've got one. Let me know if you've had any problems with this unit. Love to hear that. Because of course this is obviously the first test ride. Proof is in the pudding when you've had it for ages. And well yeah, like I said, fantastic bit of kit for an amazing price. And with that, I want to say thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and please hit that bell button, because my impressions are down. YouTube are suppressing me. They're shadow banning me. Basically, they're not pushing my videos at all. So if you hit that, you'll know when I release another video. And well, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.